They know how to use those reactions. Let's see. Let's see. Do they?
Oh,
Do they?
Maryland, very
Good,
nice.
good.
Excellent. Love Maryland. Fun fact, my aunt used to be the mayor of Laurel, Maryland back in the day.
Oh,
I know.
Wow.
I'm super famous. I mean,
Yes, you are super famous. You are super famous. We're so excited to be here with all the famous people. Spoiled agents, are you ready? This is
wow,
going to
look
be
at
a
this.
session
Yorks.
that
So
you will not
Calgary.
forget. So, welcome, welcome, no matter where you're tuning in from. I love the rainbow, Mimi. We see you. Thank you for that.
Oh,
Let
wow.
us know that your
Oh,
reactions are
yeah.
working and send your love. We want to say hello and welcome to everyone here on Zoom. Of course, hello and welcome on Facebook, LinkedIn, and on our YouTube channel. We're so excited to be here and bring to you nothing but the most amazing of experiences. Today, we're with Kauai. We have Maile and Ku'ule. How are you?
Aloha. Oh, we're great. Thank you.
Wonderful. And these ladies are with the Kauai Visitors Bureau. So you're live in Kauai right now. Is that true? Oh
Yes,
my
we are.
goodness. I was saying I just finished watching Lilo and Stitch with my children, and that's it. They've decided we're going tomorrow. They said, I said, sure. Yeah, let's just, we'll just collect our cans and recycle them or whatever you do to raise money to go to Hawaii. Or maybe we'll just have to do a fam trip, right, guys? What do you think? Spoiled fam trip to Kauai. I
Oh,
am ready.
amazing.
Make sure you visit the mural in Hanapepe. Okay, I will. Of
There's
course, I'm
two
going to
now.
be. There's two now. Okay.
There are two
And
two murals.
also, I would like to invite to say hello our special guest, who's Stephen Arthur, Director of Leisure
hello.
Sales with the Timbers Company. How are you, Stephen?
I'm doing very well. I'm very honored to be here. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, it's our pleasure. Your resort portfolio is stunning, and the Kauai property is just, what can I say? And so,
That's what I'm excited to share about it. It's the crown jewel in our portfolio.
wow. So you are in for a treat. The agents are saying fam trip, please. Yes, absolutely. Now I see some emails coming in. Don't worry. If you're here on Zoom, we don't need your email. Just put your email in if you're joining us on Facebook Live, in YouTube, or on LinkedIn. And we'll leave the chat for all that fun oohs and ahs. And if you have questions, because you've got the directors and all the most famous people here from Kauai, ask your questions in the Q&A, okay? Because they're going to actually get this report and we're also going to read through them to be able to answer your questions and help you to sell this absolutely fantastic destination and beautiful property with ease. So without further ado, I'm going to just remind everyone that, well, I don't know if you know, because I know the agents want to learn about you, but there's a real silver lining here to this learning because there is a complimentary stay. Stephen, do you want to share what that is?
Yeah, I'm happy to offer a 2-night stay in a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath oceanfront residence. Um, these are amazing, amazing residences. The retail value is over $4,500.
Okay, kids, pack your bags. Just joking. Okay, so this is for one lucky agent who's tuning in and staying until the Q&A starts. So just make sure you're staying until the Q&A starts and you'll be qualified to enter. That's randomly selected and we'll announce that next week for you. But everyone's a winner today because you're going to be in dreamland when you realize what a fabulous, fabulous destination and property you're going to be learning about today to make your clients absolutely thrilled. So without further ado, I will let you take it away. Hu'ulei. It even rhymes, you see. We didn't practice that
Stay
statement at all.
Ku'ule and I will come and stay with you too.
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, yes, that works. That works. Because my husband's busy, so we'll just do a whole girls thing. My
Right?
daughters, because it's 2 bedrooms. Yay.
All right. Can you guys see that okay?
It looks perfect.
So aloha everyone. Thank you for joining us. Um, I'll start with our beautiful island chain here. Kauai is the eldest and northernmost of the major Hawaiian islands. Very accessible. We have direct flights from several gateway cities, as well as many inter-island flights daily. So lots of options for island hopping, or if you just want to come visit us here on Kauai, which we love, fly directly right into Līhu Airport. Kauai's brand essence is rejuvenating. Known for our natural beauty, Kauai just offers immense relaxation and adventure for our visitors. We have many points of differences, but 80% of Kauai is inaccessible by car, and we are home to the only navigable rivers in the state of Hawaii. We'll start off our tour on the northwestern part of our island, also known as the Napali Coast, offering 17 miles of dramatic coastal sea cliffs. This is our #1 must-see on Kauai. Only accessible by air tour, sea tour, or not recommended, but you can do a hike that is extremely dangerous. So our preferred ways are going to be air tour or sea tour. And if you can do both, even better. We move on to the north shore of Kauai, starting off with the Ha'ena State Park. Ha'ena State Park is one of 2 locations requiring advanced reservations. And also the other is going to be the Kilauea Point National Wildlife Refuge. We do recommend that if this is somewhere your client knows they want to visit, book as soon as possible, because passes, especially at Ha'ena, will sell out almost immediately. Also in Ha'ena, we have the Limahuli Garden and Preserve, which is one of the 3 gardens here on Kauai, part of the National Tropical Botanical Gardens Organization. Over at Limahuli, they do offer both guided and self-guided tours, both requiring advanced reservations. However, we do recommend taking a guided tour because you'll get to experience the way that they steward the land there, still in the ancient ways, to preserve it, and a really, really special place. Moving on to the east side of the island, also known as the Royal Coconut Coast, this is home to the 8-mile stretch of coastal bike path, also known as the Keala Hele Makalai. All of our visitors that stay in resorts along the east coast of Kauai, we do recommend stopping by and checking in with the resort staff. Oftentimes, they do have bikes available, complimentary, for visitors to enjoy this gorgeous path. And it doesn't require you to bike on the path. A lot of people enjoy walking and jogging as well. Also, we have the Wailua River, which is the largest navigable river in the state, about 20 miles in length. And just down the road, we have our beautiful Lidgate Beach Park, which is probably our most family-friendly beach on the island, a great location for snorkeling. It is a lifeguarded beach as well, so definitely highly recommended. We move on to the southeast part of the island, Līhu, which is home to our gorgeous Wailua Falls. Wailua Falls is one of the few falls that does not require a hike or any hard work to get to enjoy its beauty. As you can see on the upper left-hand part of the photo here, we do have a parking lot and a safe space for our visitors to view this beautiful falls. In the heart of Nawiliwili, we have the Kalapaki Beach, and this is a great location, centrally located. I like to think of it as not only a place to enjoy throughout your stay, but this is an excellent spot located just near Līhu Airport. If our visitors are looking to kill time to check in to the resort, or maybe even to get that last bit of sun and sea before heading out, this is a very, very awesome location. Lots of nearby eateries, so they can get everything they need right before heading out. And just up the street, we have the Kauai Museum, which is home to our island's history and a lot of artifacts, so a great spot to stop off and learn about Kauai. We have the Kilohana Plantation, home to our Kauai Rum Safari Tours, as well as the Kauai Plantation Railway, and also our wonderful Luau Kalamaku. And just down the street, we have the Grove Farm Homestead and Sugar Plantation Museum, where visitors get to really take in what it was like back in the plantation era, which is a huge part of our island's history. We also have the Alakoko Fish Pond, also known as the Menehune Fish Pond. This will give visitors a glimpse of the earliest remnants of aquaculture here in Hawaii. Also a great location offering kayak tours as well as boat tours. Moving on to the south end of Kauai, we have Ho'ipu, which brings us to the Maluhia Road, affectionately known as our tree tunnel, which is a gorgeous canopy of over 500 eucalyptus trees that is the gateway right down into Koloa town. Koloa holds a rich history of, again, our plantation era, where the Koloa sugar mill was the most successful sugar mill in the state of Hawaii. And then we have the lovely Poipu Beach, which on the south side, this is our favorite spot for snorkeling. Again, a lifeguarded beach. And for those loving our natural wildlife here, for some reason in the evenings, the sea turtles love to beach themselves there. So definitely something to go and visit. Again, we have our National Tropical Botanical Gardens. Over on the south side, these are the other two gardens on the island, the Allerton Gardens and McBride Gardens. The McBride Garden does offer self-guided tours, but again, we do recommend taking a guided tour to really get the most out of your experience visiting these gardens. And just across the way, we have the Spouting Horn Blowhole, which is part of our Koloa Heritage Trail. Over at the Spouting Horn, we do have a placard explaining the significance of this wonderful location. Then we move over to the west side, starting off at the Kauai Coffee Estate here. This is the largest coffee farm in the United States, which is just up the street from the home of Lilo and Stitch, which is Hanapepe Town. This is Kauai's largest little town. Every Friday night, the community comes out for an art night with lots of options for food and fun and live entertainment. And then we have the Waimea Canyon, the only canyon in the state of Hawaii, also known as the Grand Canyon of the Pacific. Another must-see on Kauai. Sorry, we do want to point out that the Waimea Canyon Lookout is closed through the end of the year. However, just up the street at the Pu'uhinahina Lookout, you get to see the great similar views. So not much to miss out there. And we look forward to next year when we get to revisit the Waimea Canyon Lookout. And then we have the Kanaloa Hulu Hulu Meadow, which is home to our Kokee Lodge and Museum. The Kokee Museum holds a lot of site-specific information. And for all of our hiking enthusiasts, this is where we recommend visiting the Kokee State Park. Over at the museum, they have all of the information on the different trails, and not only that, but maybe which trail suits our visitor at that moment. So we highly recommend stopping by. And then the lodge, you know, taking in a meal there gives you a great, as you can see, the picture windows there gives you a great view to experience the beautiful meadow. And at the very end of Kokee Road, we have the Kalalau Valley Lookout, where gives you a great glimpse of the beautiful Kalalau Beach and our wonderful Napali Coast. And I'm going to turn it over to Maile here, who is going to share all of the great things we get to do on Kauai.
Ooh, I get the fun part. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so mahalo ku'ulei. So as you know, Kauai is meant for adventure for sure. We're not a nightlife kind of person, so you're not going to see nightclubs on this list. But we definitely are very busy during the day. So we want people to get out, enjoy the island, especially as Ku'ulei had said, 80% of the island being inaccessible by car, the way that your clients are actually getting to see the beauty and the untouched natural scenery is by getting out onto some of these tours. Keeping in mind that a lot of these places are on privately owned land that we don't have access to unless we did the tours. So definitely make sure to put a list in front of your clients and pre-book them on some of these. And make sure that they're making the most of their vacation to Kauai. Obviously, Napali is our number one must-see, as Ku'ule had already mentioned, but if you're going to see it by boat or by air, book them on one of those tours. It's going to be fantastic. They will thank you for it. Just wanted to highlight a few other options for your clients. Of course, zip lining is all the rage. You can do that, of course, on every island, but Kauai has 4 different companies, different lines, different areas, different stories, different guides. You could actually do an entire vacation just on zip lining for on the island of Kauai. So keep that in mind. But I do have to brag, we also have the longest zip line in the state of Hawaii and over 4,000 feet long. So if you have clients who are adrenaline junkies, you send them to Kauai and you go on the fly line. And that is actually with Outfitters Kauai. So all of our zipline companies are fantastic. So keep this in mind for your, again, those looking to seek those thrills while they're on the island. River kayaking is unique to the islands. We have the only navigable rivers in the state, right? So definitely get your client onto our rivers. And of course, during the summer months, you can actually kayak down the beautiful Napali coast on a tour. That is not for your faint at heart. I don't think I'll ever sit here and say, guess what I did this summer? That's not for me. The river kayaking, absolutely, perhaps not along Napali, but again, for those outdoor adventurous, they will absolutely love kayaking down beautiful Napali. Of course, farm tours. We have got quite an extensive plethora of farm tours to be had on the island. So this is actually just a short list of some of the ones that we have. I'm just going to highlight this one for you, Waipa. It is absolutely amazing. This is fairly new tour. They offer it Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and it is a way for your clients to connect not only with our food, but with our culture. And it explains a little bit deeper. So if your clients are looking to immerse themselves in the Hawaiian culture and understand why they're so special, this is an amazing way for your clients to do so. It is located all the way up on the North Shore. Definitely have to make reservations, obviously, to participate in this, but your clients will thank you for this particular experience. We've recently had a few writers experience this and they came back blown away. So don't hesitate to, again, send your clients to experience Waipa's amazing food and farm tours. Of course, golf, absolutely fantastic. If you have golf enthusiasts or people who just like to dabble, they will absolutely fall in love with our golf courses. Of course, Stephen's property, the one down there on the bottom right-hand corner, absolutely fantastic. World-class golf here on the island. And Stephen will tell you a little bit more about his golf course when he tells you all about his amazing property. Of course, we love to eat. We've kind of touched upon eating on this island. We have a little saying that we don't eat until we're full, we eat until we're tired. So cooking Kauai is right in line with that. You have 2 different options. You have weekly cooking classes where they're cooking some of our favorite local classics that we have. Or you can also participate in this farmers market tasting experience where every Wednesday they go to the culinary marketplace down in Poipu. And you'll walk through the farmers market with your guide, meeting the farmers, meeting the chefs, doing some sampling. And then, of course, it ends with a Mai Tai. So not too shabby. So definitely keep that in mind. And then, of course, we did want to highlight mālama. You saw this every week, actually. Every time that we do a webinar, we do talk about mālama. And so basically it means to care for, to protect. And what we want, what we're asking is that we all instill this sense of mālama, not only for our place of home, but even your home, for ourselves, for each other. And when they're here, they can mālama Kauai in many different ways. And it can be super simple things like supporting local, going to some of our festivals and events, wearing Reef Safe sunscreen. These are all ways that they can very simply mālama our beautiful home. And of course, this is definitely an example of that. Our festivals and events, absolutely amazing. This actually helps to perpetuate our culture here in the Hawaiian Islands by supporting these events, which is always a lot of fun. Of course, our farmers markets, our ongoing events. Ku'ule spoke about Friday art nights in Hanapepe. Absolutely fantastic. There's always something happening on this island. So although we're not a nightlife kind of place, we are definitely full of things for people to do. So don't let people say there's nothing to do on that island. I will stomp my foot and throw myself on the ground and throw the biggest tantrum you will ever see if somebody ever tells me that. Don't do that just to see if I will, because I will. And then I did say we don't have, we're not a nightlife kind of person, but you'll see Hanapepe Art Night, okay, that goes until 8 p.m. We are staying open late for you people, okay? So there is a little bit of, we close down at 9, so keep that in mind. And then, of course, volunteerism opportunities, with us having more beach per coastline than our neighbor islands. Beach cleanups are huge here on the island. There's a weekly net patrol with Surfrider here on the island. And then the Friends of Lydgate, Kamalani and Lydgate, they do every Saturday beach cleanup. You just show up. You don't have to sign up or anything. 8:30 by the lifeguard station. And they even have coffee. So definitely go and check that out. And they oftentimes will do little giveaways for those who are helping to clean the beach for like certificates for some of our local eateries, which is always a lot of fun. And then, of course, you can do a self-guided cleanup. While supplies last, send your clients in here to the Kauai Visitors Bureau office. We have these cute little kits that they can actually take away with them. So if they're on the beach and, they feel like doing a little beach cleanup, they're more than welcome to do that. This, of course, is free, but we do ask that they tag us, post tag, hashtag, and we have all those instructions when they come into the office. And then, of course, a final way of volunteering, volunteerism on Kauai, our Humane Society. They do an amazing job with supporting our local orphaned pets, right? So they have the first one, field trips for shelter dogs, where you're basically adopting a dog for the day. All of them are up for adoption. It's a great way to get these guys out of the kennel. You can see this dog's got his little Adopt Me harness on, which is always a lot of fun. And as a result of this program, we have 4 dogs a week that get adopted out and brought either to the mainland or joining a local home. So it's a fantastic program. And then, of course, because it has been so popular, we have Cats Cafe. And this is a wonderful way for people to meet our island cats as well, because cats don't like field trips. So you go to them, you spend a little time with these fur guys, and they will love you for it. So again, everybody is up for adoption, and they've adopted out over 70 cats since its opening. So it's pretty amazing what they have put together. So with that, I'm going to say a big mahalo nui loa. Agents.gohawaii.com is our advisor website for you with all of these resources. And with that, it is my pleasure and honor to introduce Stephen with Timbers, who's going to tell you all about his fabulous property here on Kauai.
Thank you so much, Kule and Male. Always wonderful working with you all. I've had the pleasure of working with the Kauai Visitors Bureau for years now, and it's always just so wonderful to see them everywhere. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to start over there. Okay, so if everybody can see my screen. Perfect. So I am Stephen with Timbers Company, here to talk about Timbers Kauai Ocean Club and Residences. It is one of our newest properties within the Timbers portfolio. The first thing we should probably note is that we're not a traditional hotel. So everything that you see is, we're based a private residence club. So you get all the services that you love of a hotel. There's still housekeeping, daily housekeeping. You check in at a front desk, a concierge, all kinds of activities. But instead of a crammed hotel room, you're actually in a multi-bedroom residence. We're very proud to have been awarded a Michelin Key. Last year, we're one of 2 Michelin Keys on the island of Kauai. We're also claimed the only 5-star residential style luxury facility in Kauai. So we're very proud of the little community that we've created in this wonderful island. So what I normally would do here is then say why Kauai, but Ku'ule and Maile did such a great job of telling you exactly why Kauai. Of course, I would never say don't go to another island, but I am very biased, and Kauai is absolutely the best, most authentic experience you're going to get. The one reason I leave this up is because I do recommend you got to rent a car when you're in Kauai. The island has so many things to do, so many things to see, so many adventures to experience that you don't want to have to rely on any kind of public transportation. I'd absolutely rent a car, and our team at Timbers can help you with that. So I mentioned that we're not a hotel. It very much feels like a hotel when you check in at our front desk. There's a concierge service here to help you with everything. We are a sunrise south-facing resort. Um, we opened in July of 2018, so I still, considering those pandemic years, I still consider us brand new. Um, Absolutely a wonderful, different experience if you've never done a residential style stay as opposed to a traditional hotel. So we are a boutique property. There's only 57 residences on the entire property, divided into 4 distinct styles. Yes, we do have an ownership component. All of the units are individually owned, but here's the difference. We don't allow the owners to do their own decorating. We do the decorating, we do the maintenance, so you know exactly what you're going to get. Each one of these units within the style are identical. So it's not like when you rent from one of the home sharing sites and you just don't quite know what you're going to see when you open the door. Because of our timber standards of excellence, we maintain the quality and the decorating for everything. So let's start with our entry level, Maliula. This is really popular with young families, either 2 or 3 bedroom residences. Everybody's got an ensuite bathroom. So a 2 bedroom will have 2.5 baths. A 3 bedroom will have 3.5 baths. These are huge units. I say they're our entry level. They're our smallest units. They're 2,300 square feet, starting at 1945 per night. I mentioned that young families love these because these do surround our Ohana pool, our family pool, and I'll get to the pool facilities in just a second. But you can see that, very clean lines. This is your home away from home residences on Kauai. Moving up from Maliula is my favorite style, the Kaiholo. These are either 3 or 4 bedroom. They are bi-level residences. That's something to note for any guests that might have mobility issues. Maybe the Kaihola wouldn't be the right choice for them, so we would stick them with Maliula. But the reason this is my favorite is because this is it truly embraces the indoor-outdoor living in Kauai. These enormous decks with the outdoor kitchens, living rooms, full kitchens with service for 12. They are split level, so you get this kind of grandiose feel to everything while still being on this intimate resort. One step up from there is Laola. These are all townhome styles, so either 3 or 4 bedroom townhomes, unobstructed oceanfront views. They all have their own private plunge pools, starting at 25.85 per night. The Laola townhomes are where we would put guests who need a little more privacy. This is where we put your celebrities, your CEOs. We recently hosted a sitting U.S. senator who needed a little more privacy, so stayed with us in the Laola townhomes. Absolute, wonderful, wonderful experience, that home away from home. And in fact, Laola was so popular that we've recently completed Laola Nani. This is the next version of our Laola. You can see it's still that huge, expansive outdoor deck with unobstructed oceanfront views, of course, private plunge pools, with every unit, either 3 or 4 bedroom. And again, these are split level as well, something to take into consideration. The prices might sound a little at the high end, but that's because this is your unobstructed oceanfront view. I love showing this slide because this is not a marketing picture. I took this with my iPhone when I was standing on the patio one afternoon. Just kind of what you see is what you get. It's absolutely a stunning, stunning, peaceful locale. Now, I mentioned that there's only 57 units in the property, so it does have a very boutique feel. but we're a huge estate. It's 450 acres. We're comprised of 17 miles of hiking and biking trails with complimentary use of the bicycle cruisers while you're on property. 2 different pools up in the top left. I mentioned earlier the Ohana pool. That's great for families, for kids. That's where our toy box is. That's where the activities director conducts most of the activities out of. Absolutely great for families. You can see on the lower right, that's our infinity pool. That's a little bit more adult, a little more peaceful. It's immediately next to our bar and restaurant, so it does have full service at the pool. On the lower left, you can see pickleball. Of course, we've got pickleball. Everybody needs pickleball these days. And then up in our top right, our certified organic farm. One of the things that I love about Kauai so much is the connection to the land, to the Aina. And so we've truly embraced that with a 13-acre certified organic farm that does supply our on-site restaurant and spa with fresh ingredients daily. The menu does change based on what is coming out of the harvest on that farm. I've actually been on property and seen the menu change about 3 times during 1 week based on the harvest that was coming out of the farm. You can do tours. Agritourism is very big with us as well. Go learn about the different crops that you get. Is it a canoe crop, meaning it was brought from somewhere else, or is it indigenous to the Hawaiian Islands? Our farmers will absolutely walk you through everything like that. And again, you're staying in a residence, not a hotel room. So if you're going to be cooking in your residence that night and you might need some herbs and spices, maybe some vegetables, they're happy to help you out and craft the perfect farm to table experience. Let's talk about the beach. It is important to note that we are oceanfront, not beachfront. Kalapaki Beach, which Ku'ule mentioned earlier, is about a 5 to 7 minute walk from our resort. If you're not willing to make that walk, the Bell staff is happy to shuttle anyone down to the beach. What I love about Kalapaki Beach is it's a protected cove. So there's a great company down there called the Kauai Beach Boys. That's where you can rent surfboards, stand-up paddle boards. You can actually take surfing lessons. And the reason I like surfing lessons in Kalapaki Beach is because it is protected. You're not going to get the huge waves. It's a little safer space for maybe your first surfing lesson before you go out and get something a little more adventurous. But it's an absolutely peaceful, idyllic setting. Maile mentioned the golf course. We do have the Ocean Club, the Ocean Course at Hokuala. It's the only Jack Nicklaus signature course on the island of Kauai. And in fact, this is the longest stretch of oceanfront golf in the whole state of Hawaii. So I refer to this as the most Instagrammable golf course and golf experience in Hawaii. Absolutely amazing. One of my favorite things that we've done with the ocean course is, maybe dad plays golf, but the rest of the family doesn't, but we still want to have a family activity. We've instituted something called foot golf, which is a combination of golf and soccer. So the kids can get the golf experience without having to know anything about swinging a golf club at all. That happens on select nights throughout the year. It's really wonderful family activity to make sure that everybody is involved. We do have, we are, like I mentioned, we are the only full service residential property on the island. We do include a lot in our service with complimentary round trip airport transfers, daily housekeeping, concierge, Wi-Fi, all kinds of resort activities based on the season, based on everything that you might want to explore. Both Ku'ule and Maile mentioned this is an island for adventurers. It's an island for people who want to really have the authentic Hawaiian experience. And Timbers Kauai is very proud and happy to be a part of that. So once again, my name is Stephen Arthur. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm sure my contact information is right up here. You can reach out to our reservations team as well. I'm actually located in Winter Park, Florida, so I'm on Eastern time, so available during East Coast business hours to help you out with anything that you might need. And with that, I think I'm going to turn it back over to Sabrina and just again say thank you for letting me talk about my little corner of paradise.
My goodness, nothing. I mean, okay, little and just boutique, but so phenomenal. You've really left us all with such an amazing Amazing impression. Thank you so much. Wonderful. We do have some questions coming through and lots of beautiful reactions. Thank you, everyone, for that. I will also check if we have any on our socials. So if you have a question, make sure you've posted it there. You don't have to ask a question, but if you have one, make sure you've added it for us here in the Q&A. So first off, we have, can I have copies of the trails? That is for you, Ku'ulei and Maile.
No, I'm just kidding.
I love it.
No, actually, the trail hikes are really that's gonna be distributed up in the Koke'e Lodge and Museum. That's where they have those trails up in that area. You can also visit the Hawaii State Trails website, the Na'alahele website, and that actually lists all of the state permitted trails for all of Hawaii. So that is probably the best place to and that tells you the difficulty, the length, what to expect. So it's actually a really great website. And I'll have to look that up for you.
Absolutely. And do you have links? This is also for you ladies for co-branding an agent's website.
Our agent's website
Yeah, so could they co-brand anything with your destination and their websites with Kauai?
That would actually go through the Hawaii Visitors and Convention Bureau. They would be the ones that would kind of navigate through that. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay,
Robin
perfect.
Basso, I think would be the best person to reach out to.
Robin, you said?
Yeah. R Basso, BASSO at hvcb.org.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Wonderful. And the same person, I love it, Josette, is asking for a copy of the webinar, if possible. Or the presentation, maybe.
Oh, we can PDF it for you and email it. It'll be a giant file, but yeah, certainly.
Okay, perfect. And Michael says, will you be returning to Cincinnati for another in-person training on our favorite island?
Aw. We had so much fun in Cincinnati, huh, Stephen?
Yeah. Oh, yes, that was a wonderful trip. I loved that.
Okay, so maybe yes, maybe no. We will find out.
Yeah, sorry, we don't.
That's okay. It sounds like a very positive possibility. And Neil says, aloha. I'm
Oh,
not going to try to
Neil.
pronounce the next part because I will butcher it. Kakahiaka, friends.
Yes, that means
Mhm.
good morning in Hawaiian. Aloha
Thank you.
kakahiaka to you, Neil.
And who is the best point of contact if we're interested in adding volunteering to our vacation while in Hawaii?
We usually have people just reach out directly to the entities that are offering the volunteerism opportunities, but I can certainly send you those ones that we spoke about earlier, and you can get in touch with them for sure.
Okay, and I see a few things because we have a smaller group. I'm just trying to grab what I can from the chat. It's not gone yet. Joanne, thank you. Best well-designed and organized presentation I've been to yet. Well, that's Ku'ulei and Stephen and Maile's job. See, they did great. I'm just here smiling and putting everything on Zoom. They're doing the
Important.
magic. They're doing the magic. The Timbers looks beautiful, and so many clients want multi-bedroom. Is the airport flight noise an issue?
No, not at all. To be, full transparency for there's about, I'd say 10 days out of the year where the winds change and the flight pattern changes. So we're in the approach on landing, meaning that the engines are shut off. You don't hear it at all. There are a couple of days out of the year where the winds change and we are in the takeoff plan, but it's few and far between. We've had very few complaints about airport noise.
Okay. And Cynthia says, I'm sorry, I missed what side of the island Timbers is located.
We're in Līhu. We're in Līhu about 5 to 10 minutes from the airport. So if you're familiar with the island, on Kalapaki Beach and Nawiliwili Bay is where the cruise ships come in. So if you're familiar with that aspect, one of my favorite things actually is to wake up early in the morning and sit on the balcony with a cup of coffee and watch the cruise ships coming in.
Oh, wow. Okay. And is the resort near Shipwreck Beach?
No. Uh, nothing in Kauai is too far, which is great. But our closest, I would say, yeah, no, it's not immediately accessible to Shipwreck Beach. Kalapaki would be the closest. Poipu is probably about 20 minutes away from Timbers, Kauai. That's actually one of my favorite spots to go when I'm there as well.
Okay, I'm grabbing another from the chat. I just only want to remind agents I don't always get them because they get buried, but I'm going to try my best. Can we stop in for a site inspection anytime?
Yeah, please do. Just let me know, and I will alert the on-site staff. I have a wonderful team on site that loves to show off our property. So just let me know, and I can absolutely arrange it.
Okay, and I will just throw that email. I'll put that back in the chat for everyone. Here you go. And bang. Okay, so sorry. Who is the best point of contact if we're interested in adding volunteering to our vacation while in Hawaii?
Oh, I think we entered that one already.
You did. Yeah, probably. Here we go. I'm just testing your remembering. Sorry.
Not
I'm
that.
I'm back and forth between too many things. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. You did say the email even. I'm trying, no, that was the PowerPoint. Okay, got it. I'm training to become a Hawaii travel agent specialist. What's the ideal number of days for our client to stay on the island to experience the best it has to offer? Is that a question on your test? No. You're just asking. Okay, good. I'm thinking, well, that's very smart. You asked the pro.
Well, I will say that our average length of stay is 7+ nights here on Kauai. So people do tend to stay quite long. If you're looking for a minimum number that people can really get to know Kauai, I mean, I want to be super stingy, but I mean, usually 4 to 5 nights minimum. I mean, there's so much to explore, there's so much to see. People who have been here for 2 weeks straight, they still haven't seen anything, and they come into our office crying, saying we haven't seen anything, and just yeah. So there's so much to see that, 5 nights that's still really just a spell of a time, but it'll give you a nice overview, but it'll really just whet your palate for your next lifelong visits.
Oh, I love it. Yes, there's people who've been saying in the chat that they want to move here. So that's right on theme. Okay, now that you said resident, do you have marketing materials?
Marketing materials?
That'd be for Stephen. Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
what I can do is just reach
I
out and
think so.
yeah, I can send we have a one sheet that we send out. We also have what are called Matterport videos that will be a 3D tour essentially of the residences, so you can know exactly what you're getting. But yeah, just reach out to me and I'm happy to send along any of our marketing materials that we have.
Yeah, and Stephen, if you want to send me those tours, I'm happy to include those links when we announce the lucky, fabulous winner of this fantastic prize. And if you can mention how many people can stay in the suites or units, or
So we
yeah.
typically we like to say two per bedroom to be the most comfortable. If you're traveling with smaller children, then obviously there's a little bit of flexibility there. In addition to the bedrooms, every one of our residences has a queen sleeper sofa, pull-out couch in the living room. So there is that option as well. Again, for younger children, that's a pretty good option as well. But we
Mhm.
typically like to say two per bedroom.
Okay. And is there transportation or do you have any shops or stores on property?
Yeah, we do have a grab and go for food and beverage. We do have an on-site spa and a spa retail center as well. As for shopping, we're immediately next to Līhu and all of the shopping in town there. I would recommend a car in order to access all of that, but we're immediately convenient to all of the shops in Līhu.
Okay, fantastic. And is there any more information on your golf course? Would they find that on your website?
Yep, you can find it at timberskauai.com, or you can find it at the estate page, which is hokuala.com, or even just a quick Google search of Ocean Course at Hokuala. It was ranked North America's #1 golf course at the World Golf Awards. So luckily
Wow.
we have a lot of traction on that. So a Google search will return any information you need for the Ocean Course at Hokuala.
Okay, and I've just put the website into the chat for everyone. And Neil says, hi, Neil. And thanks for all your lovely comments, everyone. We're making sure that everyone can see those. We hope to be on Kauai in November 2025. Can Steven schedule a Timbers resort tour or stay?
Yeah, just reach out to me with exact dates of when you're going to be there, and I can see if I can arrange something with the on-site team.
Okay, perfect. And then I've put your information already in the chat, but I'll throw it again in just a moment. I noticed there's a shared ownership option for purchasing. Is this a timeshare?
Absolutely not. It is not a timeshare. That is a bad word around my resort. It's an ownership component. So if you've come to Kauai, as many of our renters do, they come to Kauai and decide that, wow, this is someplace that I would like to experience for the rest of my life. There are ownership opportunities. You can either purchase a whole unit, just like purchasing any condo around the world, or we do have something called fractional ownership. It's not timeshare. Think of it as if it were 10 friends going in and buying a house together. And then they just decide who uses the house when. But you still own it. It's still deeded real estate. We take care of the maintenance and everything like that, but then you can leave it to your children. You can sell it when you're done. It's just like owning any other piece of real estate. It's just a fractional as opposed to a whole ownership. But there is no like sales pitch or presentation, anything that you would get if you stay here. It's just a vacation resort, unless you decide that you'd like to stay a little longer.
Okay. And
Buy me
from
one.
sorry, go ahead.
I said, if somebody wants to buy me one, I'm not opposed to that.
I was just gonna say, or leave it for your favorite webinar hosts. Like it doesn't have to be your children. Nobody's gonna tell. Okay, just kidding. Okay. Does residences have a gym or spa? Sore legs need therapy. Ha ha ha. I agree.
Yes, we absolutely have a full service gym on site with fitness classes. Whenever you decide your stay, a few weeks prior to your arrival, your dedicated concierge will reach out with a schedule with all of the fitness classes and all the facilities available. We do have a small spa on site as well with a couple of different treatment rooms. Very much into the Hawaiian style of massage and care. So my favorite personally is called the Lomi Lomi massage. It's magical. It's an island experience. It really is. But that can all be arranged through your dedicated concierge prior to arrival.
Okay. And how about meals or groceries delivered to the resort?
Yep, one of the services we provide is a pre-arrival grocery shop for you. That's one of the wonderful things about staying in a residence instead of a hotel room is that you do have a full kitchen. So if you don't want to eat out every meal, we'll absolutely send a list with the pre-arrival grocery list for you. The concierge will take care of everything. And then again, like even if you buy all these groceries and then don't want to cook, we can arrange a private chef to come to your residence and prepare everything for you. Full
Okay.
service.
Sign us up, right, ladies? Let's go. Um, is there a luau close by?
Yes. Miley, would you know, is it, what's the
There's two
close?
now. So Royal
Okay.
Sonesta now has their
Okay.
drums of Polynesia. And then just up the road at Kilohana is Luau Kalamaku. So
Okay.
those would be your two closest in proximity. But really the closest is right there at the Royal Sonesta.
Okay. And is a four-wheel drive necessary on the island when you're renting a car?
No. In fact, when you rent a car, they make you sign it, and nobody ever reads the small print. But if you take it off of a paved road, you are actually breaking the rental car agreement. So you don't need a four-wheel drive. Please stay on the roads.
Yeah, there you go. Please stay on the roads. Yes. It's funny if people go on vacation and they're like, oh, there's no rules here, even though, right?
We have
If you are
rules.
looking for that experience, I recommend going to Kipu Ranch, though. That's an
Yes.
amazing
Yep.
experience on an off-road four-wheel vehicle. It's a great experience if that's
It
the
is
sounds
kind
super
of
fun.
what you're
Yep.
looking for.
That sounds great. Okay. Do you offer TA, travel agent discounted rates during shoulder season by chance?
Yeah, we do offer a discount based on availability and based on season. Just give me a call with dates and what your needs are, and we can try and work something out for you.
Neil, you're most welcome. I see all your love. Thank you. Thank you, agents. Wow, lots of wonderful comments and fantastic questions. And look at all the hearts. Oh, thank you guys. And it's my job is so easy. I just have to put on some lipstick and push go on Zoom, and all of these fabulous people come with the wonderful presentations and content. It just is fantastic. I think we've shared the Hawaii specialist program. I want to make sure everyone has that, but we will be sending out follow up with all the links and the great things from our amazing hosts. And speaking of amazing hosts, do you have any final words before we sign off, Maile, Ku'ulei?
Just want to say a big mahalo for joining us. I know that a lot of you have tuned in for several of ours already. So mahalo nui loa. And of course, a big mahalo to you, Sabrina,
Yes.
and of course to you, Stephen, for your support and for telling us all about your amazing property.
Yes,
Yes,
Stephen, thank
mahalo.
you.
I just want to add that talking about Kauai is one of my favorite things to do. So I'm happy to help out whenever I can. Everyone needs to experience this fantastic island.
Right? It should be like prescribed by the doctor. Let's get it started.
It is vitamins.
Wonderful. Yes, I love it. Well, thank you, everyone. We're going to see you soon on another fantastic Kauai webinar. I am so sure we appreciate you and everything you do and your support. And thank you to our wonderful partners, Kauai, and for bringing us the fabulous, fabulous dream spots on your gorgeous island. Thank you so much.
Aloha.